Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. You know, and the episodes are really good. It's so easy to sit there and talk about it. When the episodes are, I will sit there and say, below average, it's much more difficult to talk about it. Because I don't want to sit there and come across as some sort of negative Nancy or whatever, but like, oh my goodness. Alright, let's start with the good stuff. We're gonna start with the good stuff and just kind of, go from there. The Nixon Falls stuff is great. The Nixon Falls stuff is great because Peter's there. That's the sad truth of the matter. Peter being there was really great. He's sitting there talking to Sonny, and Sonny's pretty much like, yo, listen, I don't think she likes you. I don't think she wants to be near you. And I think you should get the hell up out of here. Now, Peter tries to play it off, oh, we're just, we work together, we're sort of rivalries. That's maybe what you're picking up on, And he's like, no, she really doesn't like you. And I think you need to go, like, now. So he says that. Phyllis walks over, and Phyllis like, Mike, stop being rude. And, tries to calm down the situation. And, it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't know. She calms down the situation. And meanwhile, Nina is talking to Liesl. Now, the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, okay, you're going to get help. You're going to get Liesl to sit there and help you, take out Peter. Why don't you just get Valentine? Like, why don't you just get Valentine? I don't understand that. And it's not to say that Liesl can't sit there and handle herself or anything like that, but I think the chances would be a lot higher if you get Valentine. Now, maybe Valentine would hesitate for Anna, maybe he won't, but I feel I would be much more comfortable calling Valentine than I would calling Liesl. But anyway, she calls her up and says Peter's here, and, I need some backup or whatever, so she's like, yo, listen, stay calm, I'll be right there. We'll head there in a little bit or whatever. Peter walks in the room, and Peter's like, who's you on the phone with? And of course, he has to sit there and remind her, not only will I sit there and take James, but I'll make sure I blow up your life the hell. I will literally set your life on fire and make it damn near impossible for you to come back to Port Charles. Carly, you're messing around with Sonny, taking advantage of him because you're into him now. And whatever little fancy thing you got going on with him, that's going to quickly end. So he reminds her of pretty much who's in charge. And so, she agrees. I mean, she's mad about it, but she agrees. Sonny and Phyllis walk back in there. And I'm not going to remember. I don't remember who left first. Peter left first. Nina left afterwards. And Sonny was like, yo, did you not feel that tension? And she was like, yeah, I did. But, until she asked for help, then we just kind of got to just chill or whatever. I'm like, really? You want to look at that girl's face, know that there's tension, but be like, oh, I'll sit there and stay out of your life. But I have no problem sitting there telling Sonny to sit there and, push him towards Nina, even though that, the guy is most likely married. I really don't get that, but whatever. I think Nina talks to Valentine. Nina should be talking to Valentine. Nina talks to Liesl one more time, and she says something that gives her an idea. Now, originally, Liesl was going to be going to this conference with Scotty, and now she's going to use that as some sort of alibi or cover story or whatever. So she talks to Scott, and she's like, yo, listen, we're still going there, but we kind of got to make a little detour or something. I don't remember exactly what she said, but yeah. Now, the second interesting thing that actually happened in this episode was when Spencer and Esmere goes to see Alexis. They chat for a little bit. They see Ryan, and they see Harmony. And Harmony takes Ryan outside or whatever, I guess for some sort of activities or whatever. And Esmere, makes an excuse and goes after them. So she's sitting there talking to Harmony about, like, how does he communicate and yada yada yada. Or, like, she knows some stuff about it. And they talk a little bit. And next thing you know, Ryan practically says, or from what Harmony's sitting there saying, that Ryan is like, go, 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 go. Like, either get out of here, whatever. And it's funny because the whole time, Esmere's sitting there talking to Ryan, Harmony just has that look like there's something, like, I don't want to say broken, but there's something off about this girl. So, when she leaves, and Spencer leaves, Harmony walks up to Alexa and is like, yo, listen, there's something off about that girl. You might want to tell your nephew to stay far away from this chick. I've dealt with women like that. You want no parts of her. It's crazy even when the Harmony is like, yo, there's something off about her. All Alexis and Spencer talked about was Nikolas, his quote-unquote mistake, and pretty much how he's not going to forgive her. How he's not going to forgive him. And she tries to, like, defend Nikolas a little bit, talking about his upbringing and how difficult it was, and you're lucky you weren't him, growing up in an unstable environment, and just kind of, I don't know. Like I said, defending him. Other than that, I'm not going to lie, not really much else actually happened. Ava sees Nikolas, they talk for a little bit. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, when Ava saw Nikolas, Ava was like, what the hell are you doing here? You do realize that we have a stalker that doesn't want us together. And every time I sit there and try to do something for 5 minutes, turn around and you're right there. So, because she's there to sit there and visit Kiki's grave. Nikolas talks for a little bit as far as, I thought I had to write. I thought I had, Spencer as a stalker and I was wrong. And point is, Ava pretty much says that she's going to be leaving and going somewhere really, really far. As far as Europe or whatever. Because she said she was talking to some artists and stuff like that to try to, paint, for her gallery or whatever. So she's like, she's going to do that. So I'm just wondering, is this like a vacation for the actress, or like what's going on? I guess, I was just going to say I guess it's good, but at the same time it's like, at the same time it's like, I like Ava, and with Ava not being there anymore, what is Esmere going to sit there and do? Like, what is her and Spencer going to sit there and do once she's already, going from the country pretty much? Jax and Carly, I feel like it's pretty much rinse and repeat. Because Carly meets up with some guy, some mob guy, whatever. He's there to sit there and congratulate her on her wedding and stuff like that. And then talk some business with Jason. And Jax originally came there to apologize, but the minute he saw Carly talking to one of the mob guys, was like, okay, cool, so it's just business as usual. The minute that dude leaves, he's like, yo, our daughter is not going to be anywhere near that wedding if he's there. And basically says, yo, listen, how would you like it if I actually told Jocelyn the real reason why you two are getting married? I'm like, well, I don't know, Jax. How would you feel if Carly told Jocelyn that you were going to sit there and blackmail her? or tell Jocelyn that you most likely found a way to manipulate Michael into forcing his hand, so this way Nina can sit there and see Wiley. How would you like that, Jax? I mean, again, it's rinse and repeat. You know, he acts like a jackass to her, and you know, she gets angry and practically tells him to kick rocks. That's literally what happened in the scene. You know what I'm about to talk about next, right? I don't know why this. I don't know why this bothers me. I know why it bothers me so much, but it's just like, you know, Carly and Jason talk, because, you know, Jason's like, yo, listen, I saw what was going on, and either A, I was going to punch Jax in the face, or B, find a way to, you know, get you into a better mood. So I think he, like, arranges, like, the new setting or whatever, like, all nice or whatever, and I guess, you know, have music and stuff. So they just sit there and they talk about their feelings, and they talk about the old times when they first met at Jake's or whatever. I think that's what it was called, Jake's. They talk about that, and goodness. Wish I actually had some stronger for this. Carly wants to dance, and Jason's like, alright, fine. They talk for a little bit more, and then there was a point where they were about to kiss. You know, just saying that just turned my damn stomach. I'm sitting there looking at this whole scene, and I'm like, you know, y'all getting married for the business or whatever, okay, fine. I don't like it, but it is what I don't like it. It doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense when you really think about it from a logical standpoint, but it's a soap opera. So, fine. They gotta do it. Cool. It's a business thing. Now I'm starting to add feelings to it, and I'm just sitting there looking at this situation like, yo, even if Carly was ready to move on, you want to sit there and practically shack up with your husband's best friend? You know, I sound like a broken record, and I know I'm probably going to sound like a broken record moving forward, and I kind of want to apologize because I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but at the same time, I can't sit there and look at this scene and be like, not gonna lie, it really turned my stomach. It really turned my stomach. I was like, you know what? I plan on watching some adult movies tonight, and now, nope. So, thank you. You know what? Does anyone actually like seeing those two together? Like, does anyone actually think that, like, you want them to be a couple? I pass no judgment. If that's the case, please tell me why. I always read the comments and stuff like that, so, you know, I'm always willing to sit there and listen. Maxie runs into Jax, and, you know, Maxie asks Jax, you know, are you cool with them getting married and stuff like that? I know you were together, whatever, but are you cool with Jason and Carly getting married? I don't remember what answer he gave. I'm pretty sure, like, it was another one of his passive-aggressive answers. But then, you know, Jax, you know, changed the subject. It was like, how's Nina doing? When's she coming back, or whatever? And Maxie pretty much was like, yo, listen, I don't know how to tell you this without hurting you, but she kind of made a life for herself out there, and with another guy, and she's pretty much moved on, and I think you should too. So all that strong-arming Michael into giving visitations towards, you know, Wiley and Nina and stuff like that, I'm not sitting there saying that he didn't do it because he generally wanted to, you know, make her happy, but I'm pretty sure the majority of the reason was for the fact that, hey, I do that for her, I'm surely going to sit there and win her back. Because, I mean, seriously, why would you sit there and make that type of sacrifice with Michael, somebody you've known since he was a little boy, who, I don't know, in some ways you kind of looked at him like a son, and to sit there and jeopardize that relationship without a really good payoff? Yeah, okay. Scott thinks that the letter that Austin had holds merit, and he pretty much thinks that they have a good case, that they may be able to actually win this thing. I don't see how, but I'm not a lawyer, and from what I've read from my amazing subscribers, it's kind of up in the air. It's 50-50. How even Michael was there saying it's 50-50. So I don't know why is Scotty Smith there trying to get Austin's hopes up, but whatever. Austin also talks to Maxie for a little bit, just kind of seeing how she's doing and, saying hi pretty much. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think that's about it. It's funny because, I was so perplexed about how to go about this review. So perplexed that I was like, alright, let me just type in Brock TV and see what his thoughts are. See if I missed anything or whatever. Of course, he didn't actually do his review yet, so, I was like, alright, let's do it. I mean, when I looked at this episode, I was like, this episode, it was good parts in it. The problem is, for me, and I always say this, is that when the majority of the parts don't align, it's not really that great of an episode. You can sit there and say there's parts of the episode that's great, but as a whole, it's like, it was okay. I mean, like I said, the Ryan and Esmir stuff was fine. There was one other thing that Alexis was sitting there saying when asking Spencer, like, yo, how did he get transferred here to practically, Club Med or whatever? And Alexis was like, yeah, I looked into it, but, they didn't really sit there and say much. They practically say, like, yo, listen, if you keep poking into this, you're going to sit there and wind up back in Pentville with a shaft or shift or something. So, I'm just like, Alexis, I don't really understand why you are opening up your mouth and trying to ruin the cushy jail that you have just to be all questioned and Nancy Drew and everything like that. Like, what are you doing? I mean, when you were in jail and a guard told you something, you practically was just like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, she had a choice, and now you're practically at Club Med, and you're just like, oh, well, let me just sit there and find out. Why is he, what makes him have the right to be here? I was like, sweetheart, what makes you have the right to be here? Shut up. Anyway, with that being said, I think that's about it. If I missed anything, please write down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a great weekend, and I will see you in the next video.